for me because it is 8:30, so I am going to start, and I'm going. Today, at least I'll start by going around and demoing for people. I can't believe there's not too many people here. I mean, I don't think everybody's celebrating. So I don't think there's a number of people in this class celebrating Purim, and that's tonight anyway. So anyway, so I sent out U grades and S grades last night. First off, I'm aggressive, as I've mentioned. I'm aggressive with them because they don't mean anything, right? So there's no penalty to you academically if I send out a U. So for 1051, actually, I think 90% of the class got an unsatisfactory grade for me because I use I use the codes, and then I send out, there's AGMP, and I use the codes in a very specific manner. So a lot of students are unsatisfactory in one area, but they might be doing, like, having a B, like, overall. Like, I use that as a way to, like, say, hey, you're missing a ton of grades in this particular thing, or you didn't come, or your in-class exercises are lacking. And those are soft due dates, so you should make them up when you can. It's like, because, hey, you'd like to know if you're being dragged down the letter grade or not by inaction. This is the easiest way to get a makeup call. So over here, very simple, like if you were missing a bunch of assignments, you're gonna get an M. Unsatisfactory M. If you got below a 70 on the exam, that's a unsatisfactory G, which the issue is, of course, that there's this kind of, we've got this kind of, in computer science, there was a famous paper, but it was not great, but we've got kind of this bell curve. We've got two bell curves here, right? Okay, and this is basically, I can label this as understands and doomed, okay? And the idea here is that basically this kind of quadrant does not necessarily understand what's going on, and that's a huge issue. I'm being overly, I'm over exaggerating here for comedic effect, but hey. And then the understands, right? They're going to do fine in the class. They're going to pass because they're understanding the material. The question is, this area over here, do you know, it's hard to tell, are you in this area or not? Which bell curve are you in? Okay, so, and also you can move from one bell curve or another if you just simply actually apply yourself, and if you weren't before. But so that's kind of the issue over there. We don't know, that cross-sectional area is there. So if you're between if you got it between the 60 and the 70 on the exam, that you're probably in that area where I'm not sure if you are understanding it or not. And if you're below a 60, I have strong concerns. Could be, but things happen. You could have gotten that grade because you had something else the night before, or you couldn't fall asleep or something like that. You'd be surprised how much, you would be unsurprised, I would say, how much of an effect fatigue has on there. So if you did get a U, don't be too, don't be disheartened. It's a warning. I don't necessarily think you're going to fail. If, however, you got an AGMP, where I basically selected all of the above, that is highly concerning. So you should speak to me. All right, that's pretty much it. I'm going to go around and meet with everybody. Again, be sure to read the tree videos. No, watch the tree videos. Jeez, I am a bumbling mess today. So watch those tree videos because I need to set up the next homework. That will be due probably next Friday because I'm going to probably have to start making these a week out and stuff like that. I'm going to have to go through and figure out when everything is due for the rest of the semester. Worst case scenario, I will have to drop a homework. I know, horrifying. And if that's the case, I'll be dropping the sorting homework because that generally happens at a fairly busy time during the semester anyway. Because there was David sent me a message and there was some confusion about this, I think. For right now, yes, the class is done in Java, but for the last three assignments, sorting algorithms, graph 1, graph 2, those can be done in any programming language. Those last three, I don't care because sorting algorithms, it's a great time to experiment in another programming language. And as you'll see, that the actual programming is not the biggest concern I have. It's, can you modify this and can you collect data, right? And then the other one is that Java has a very nice, robust, and extremely ancient graphing library to use, and Python's is nice and modern and sleek. So you might find that to be much more beneficial to use. All right, so I'm going to go through, and if you've got demos, I'll start going through them. I am going to take one demo at a time, so just like, just so I can make sure I get to everybody fairly.